Wishing the soldiers a speedy recovery. And moving on to a very speedy organization, the Angels in Orange, who are known to be devoted to the mission of life-saving using remarkably short response times. They are the volunteers of United Hatzalah, and joining me now in the studio is United Hatzalah volunteer Dr. Yaakov Seligman. Yaakov, it's a real honor to have you here with the vest, with the whole uniform.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. Now, Yaakov, we know that most volunteers in United Hatzalah are really EMTs, right? I mean, you're a licensed doctor. That's different. That's a different training. What's actually the difference on the field when treating a patient, when looking at these two, at the difference, actually?
So the EMTs, we have a lot more EMTs, thank God. They get there very, very quickly. They're able to deliver oxygen. They're able to put pressure bandages on. They're able to start stopping bleeding, take vital signs. But as a doctor, as a surgeon, actually as a physician, I can do many more things. I can give medications. I can do procedures. I can intubate. We can put in chest tubes. There's a lot of things that we can do pre-hospital to support the patient being treated, to keep them alive until we can get them into the hospital, into the shock trauma room, or straight to the operating room sometimes.
That's incredible. Now, Yaakov, what inspired you to be a United Hatzalah doctor, really a volunteer, and doing it for, I assume, how many years?
I've actually been with Ellie since the beginning, since 2006.
Since the very beginning.
Yeah.
So how did you actually get to it? I mean, how did you start? I mean, how did you get to really volunteer at United Hatzalah?
So I made Aliyah after high school. I was a Chayal Boded, and during that time I was in Hesder Yeshiva, and me and another fellow Hesder Yeshiva student, we organized a course for MADA. We had 13 of our fellow students in the yeshiva. We all took the course together and we volunteered for MADA in Yerushalayim. And then when I heard what Eli was doing, I got in touch with Eli Bier, the amazing work that he was doing, starting Yichud Hatzalah to unite all the different Hatzalahs, to get everyone to work together and decrease the response times nationwide and now worldwide, where we have branches all over the world. And I thought what he was doing was amazing. And so I started helping him raise some money to buy oxygen tanks and then defibrillators, and working with him. And then actually I went back a couple times to America. At the time we had very low technology. I went back with a picture album of pictures of Piguim.
How many years are you talking about? I mean,
we're talking about 2005, 2006. 2005, 2006, when Eli was first starting Hatzalah. And I went back literally with a picture album to raise money to help get it started and to get equipment so that we could save lives faster.
Incredible. Now tell me some more about the crazy response times. I mean, you have fastest, or I mean, Angels in Orange, as you guys are called. Take me to behind the scenes. How are you guys so fast? I mean, how does it actually happen?
So it all starts from the moked that we have in Yerushalayim. We get the information from there, and they send it out to our specialized devices, now called Rogers. We have radios, and they're also GPS-based, so they can send it out on the radio wave, and as well we also get GPS-based notifications on the device, and it knows, so the computer knows where we are at all times, and as soon as there's a call, it approximates our location and it sends out the closest volunteers. So the idea is that we have regular people, volunteers, everything from doctors like myself to lawyers, accountants, shop clerks, everything and anyone and everything. And at a moment's notice, they can get a call, drop everything that they're doing, grab their equipment, if it's not in their car or their ambucycle. We also have the ambucycles that help us get through traffic very, very quickly. And we hop in our cars and go wherever we're needed immediately.
Israeli traffic, it's really hard.
It's very hard.
I assume in Israel, one of the most difficult countries. Yaakov, so please walk us through the differences. I mean, working in the field, treating in the field, rather than actually working in a clinic. I assume limited resources. How does it work?
So we have limited resources. I'm not able to depend on other doctors, nurses. I'm not able to depend on the entire system. That blanket, that umbrella that I know is always there to cover us and help us. We're kind of by ourselves in the field, and with our limited resources, with whatever medications or oxygen or bandages that I brought, that's what I have. And we have to make do. And we also have to think a little bit differently clinically, because if there's a patient that needs something in the hospital, maybe I have 10 minutes to get the CT or to get the imaging to decide what I want to do. In the field, I don't have that. I have to decide how fast I'm getting them to which hospital is the best hospital for them based on the estimated diagnosis that I'm making in the field with the information that I have.
Which makes it much, much harder.
Much harder.
So Yaakov, really, I assume you're hearing it every day, and maybe a few times a day. You're doing sacred work, you and the Angels in United Hatzalah. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Really appreciate it.
It's an honor and a pleasure.
Thank you so much.